University Dutse, lying amidst rocks, big palms and rolling hills, we held up beckoning light. Federal University Dutse, the citadel of hope, the center of excellence, come and drink from the fountain of knowledge and leadership. Federal University Dutse, the passion of learning, discipline is our watchword. Success is our goal in the name of God. We stand together for unity and excellence. Federal University Dutse, mother of wisdom, we come from everywhere to sip from the source, grant our quest to excel in knowledge. Federal University Dutse, lying amidst rocks, big palms and rolling hills, we held up beckoning light. Federal University Dutse, the citadel of hope, the center of excellence, come and drink from the fountain of knowledge and leadership. Federal University Dutse, the passion of learning, discipline is our watchword. Success is our goal in the name of God. We stand together for unity and excellence. Federal University Dutse, mother of wisdom, we come from everywhere to sip from the source, grant our quest to excel in knowledge. Federal University Dutse, lying amidst rocks, big palms and rolling hills, we held up beckoning light. Federal University Dutse, the citadel of hope,
is Professor Sabo Mohammed. I am the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Federal University Dutse. I came into office on the 26th day of May 2025. To be candid, it is not very easy to actually shortlist the number of achievements this gentleman has actually made in this university in just a few minutes. The reason is he has actually achieved a lot. And I want to tell you that many can be forgotten while you are narrating his stories and legacies. But as far as I know, Professor Abdulkarim, first of all, he's a man of high integrity. Why I said so is when he came into this university, we were in the same faculty, and I saw the kind of commitment he has. He's a person that is very, very committed to his duties and responsibilities. Sometimes you see him coming to the university earlier than we that lives in the town. Sometimes I even laugh and ask him, sir, did you sleep here? He will say no. He came from Khan. That's a sign of commitment. Now, when he was appointed as a Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Academic Services, to be candid, he has achieved a lot. But I want to jump to from the time when he is appointed as the Vice-Chancellor. I want to vividly tell the public that I'm a partisan in the election or selection of this Vice-Chancellor, because that time I was a council member representing the Senate. This gentleman is a man that has what we call patience, humility, and perseverance. He is a man that actually believes in Allah and the Tawheed. During the election, he called me personally and said, there's no problem, even if he is not being elected. That is, Alhamdulillah, at least has made something tangible in the university. I said, sir, inshallah, you're going to win. And believe me, you will see it during the election. He was elected finally, even though with a lot of issues around by some opponents. But when he started, it was actually miraculous. The very year he started, I left for what we call sabbatical. That was a big investment. When I came back, he has already achieved more than 1/3 of his total targets in the university, because he has what is called 11-point agenda. He has achieved more than 3 of them. So when I returned back from my sabbatical, I realized that this gentleman is fast doing, very fast in achieving. In fact, he's a great achiever and an early achiever for that matter. I joined the university after my sabbatical and I started. There was a short crisis in the faculty, which I belong, which is Faculty of Science then. This gentleman called me. He said, Professor, I know there is nothing you cannot help me out. I said, sir, this is very bad. Please help me and become my dean faculty of my sciences. I said, no problem, sir. But I want to plead that you should kindly help me also to maybe overcome whatever problem I cannot solve in the process of my being the dean. He said, there's no problem. I belong to that faculty and inshallah I'll do all my best. What is called e-library, it is not found in every university. I confronted this gentleman overnight. He directed instantly that, do you have the solution? I said, yes. Let me have the solution. He signed and asked the director works, the librarian, and everybody to immediately act instantly. And I want to tell you, miraculously, in 5 days, it is over and we have our e-library working. This was the first achievement this gentleman had with me before, that's immediately after my being out selection as a dean. So that's the beginning of how I understand this man is an achiever. So I started pursuing so many things. In my faculty in particular, he is responsible for the split of the faculty. Faculty of Science was then the largest faculty in the university, with about 10 departments and almost 10 programs. Because of this largeness or size and what have you, so many chaos, problems and what have you emanated. With his experience and my own experience, we split the faculty into two. Faculty of Life Sciences and Faculty of Physical Sciences. He said, okay, Dean, who do you think can we give as the new Dean of the Physical Sciences? I say, including the Life Sciences, no. The Life Sciences, you maintain it because you are the first person to have done this. So you must continue, but who is, I suggested names, and he chose one of the best names. That's why. We went to the building, he supplied all the necessary equipment and materials required by the faculty in excess. Because I could recall, even the new dean was surprised. Many of the older departments that were brought to these faculties were actually surprised, meaning that they came and met so many things which they used to have or they didn't used to have in their former department. So they are now having double share. That time, even in Taiwan, I said, okay, get the new one and leave the old one. Immediately after that, gentlemen, this same BC also intervened in the split of biological science department, which was the then major problem in the Faculty of Science. It was split into 3 departments, and this is a great achievement, I want to tell you, in this university, especially in my faculty. So the department was split into biology, animal and environmental biology, and plant biology. Each one has a separate HOD, separate buildings and whatever. They were given different questions to occupy in the faculty, and they have been doing very well up to now. There is no single problem. That's how we started. So immediately after that, so many other things came up. We were successful in the accreditation of about 7 programs in the faculty. That's from Faculty of Science to now Faculty of Life Sciences. This gentleman gave everything we needed for any accreditation, and that was why God made it. We got all our program duly and fully accredited. So this is a very nice achievement again. Laboratories. There used to be laboratories that were not having equipment. For example, tissue culture laboratory, which is a very essential one in the university. That time, the tissue culture belongs to the Department of Microbiology and Biotechnology, which the Vice-Chancellor belonged to. But it was not working. Instantly, he made sure that all the equipment were supplied within that particular faculty. This is a part that I'm only talking from one faculty. Now think of other faculties. The reason why I said this is because I was the former dean of that particular faculty. I know very much well about faculty. And the same thing happened to art and social sciences, management and computer and many other faculties. Virtually more than 33 different courses were accredited in the university all over in the same year, and virtually all of them except one, which was cybersecurity, did not get full accreditation. Now on the staff welfare, I cannot actually overemphasize his efforts. I could recall very well, it's only FUD that has been given hazard allowances to virtually all its workers. This time around, I can vividly say that most of the workers, even those that are not actually been listed in the IPPIs to be given this, they have been given because of its welfare ability. He has done it and is still doing it. When it comes to salary, nobody complains because we hardly ever have salary shortage or salary lateness or delay in payment of salary. So this is very, very clear. Now, by the time my tenure was almost over, this gentleman appointed me as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Academic Services. And I saw it as a challenge because he is an achiever. So I should join him in the same field. Otherwise, something will be a different story. What I mean is, if I cannot join an achiever, then I will be the only failure. He will achieve automatically because he has been achieving. So I tried my best to do what can be done. After my inception, I realized that this Vice-Chancellor has some issues in the academic office. One of which he has wanted actually since 2023 that our inaugural lecture should have commenced. So I took it as a challenge, and I promised him that inshallah it's going to start, and we'll be doing it on on 3 months basis. So we started, and it is in fact very soon we are going to have another one. We have the first maiden inaugural lecture, and we are going to have another one after 5 months. The reason why it went to this 5 months is because of the transition processes that we actually undergo. Secondly, in my academic service affair, we have made some tremendous changes in the manner examinations are being conducted in the university. The Vice-Chancellor has given us all the necessary support, and we have changed issues like invigilation, lectures, and what have you. The Vice-Chancellor, in his humility, he actually directed that we should form a committee to look into the issue of how to monitor examination and lectures. We have succeeded in that, and we are receiving many reports. Lecturers are doing better now. Invigilators are doing better. I want to say that with this particular effort of the Vice-Chancellor, the number of culprits or malpractice in this university has drastically reduced. Again, in my own capacity as Deputy Vice-Chancellor, we realize that students are actually not coming to attend lectures, especially the spillover students. So we have targeted a particular issue, and that issue is because they realize that yes, when they don't come for 1 or 2 courses lectures, at the end of the year, they can be waived or concession pass be given to them. We raised this issue at Senate, and he supported us. And it was approved instantly that concession pass should have a particular peg amount. We pegged it at 25%. This issue went round because there was a sort of misunderstanding between other scholars. They thought our pass mark is 40%. It's 25%. And when the Vice-Chancellor was called upon to actually clarify by the minister, this gentleman clearly made it that our pass mark is 40 to 44% and not 25%. That constitutional pass is due to a condition when a student has consistently registered for a course and could not pass up to the time when his residency is exhausted. The minister called him, and now, inshallah, it is going to be made a policy, and I believe that one is not unconnected with our effort. So it's another achievement. I'm talking directly or straight to what I am saying or what I've been concerned here, particularly what I'm deeply involved in. Now, generally, when you look at the affair of the university, he is the person that is responsible for this particular building we are in now, the new Senate. This new Senate is a great achievement because it is easily comparable with the old one. Everybody will appreciate what this particular Senate building, including our council. The way things have been done, especially on paper, you realize that things are faster than before. If you give a letter to the Vice-Chancellor, send a mail to the Vice-Chancellor, just expect that mail to be out in the next few hours. That is just one thing. If you have a problem, he will call you. Relationship with staff is fantastic because I have seen situations when a lecturer cannot even see his Vice-Chancellor. In this university, even a graduate assistant can talk to the Vice-Chancellor directly. And this is not unconnected with his kind of humility. We have a situation when maybe contracts is being given to contractors. It delays because maybe the Vice-Chancellor of the university is involved in one malpractice or the other. It is not happening in this university. No single penny is being begged or is being given to the Vice-Chancellor, and therefore a contractor has to do the needful. There are so many things, like I said, we cannot exhaust in just few seconds or minutes. We can form a standard book of many volumes on his achievement actually. But like I said, I'm talking straight to what actually I know and I'm deeply involved in.
When you say achievement, the word is huge to me because when you say achievement, you are not specific because we can look at it in the academic, in the administrative, but when you are talking of in general term of the administration, we can see that I was supposed to talk centrally in the mainstream administration. That's the registry. When I assume after his 1 year in office as registrar, that's in February 2022, and we have been working closely since that time. And I want to believe we have made so many transformations, we have made so many reforms in terms of administration since we assumed office. With his support, we have been able to restructure the operation of the registry in terms of delivery, service delivery, and I can say in terms of service delivery and the way how things are handled, the procedure we are handling things are also being restructured. The operating unit under the registry are operating with every synergy in order to have a very good understanding in terms of service delivery. What I'm trying to say here is that we have, in part of our reform, is that we are being able to restructure the operation of the registry. Recently, I cannot say recently, over last year, we secured approval of the Governing Council to establish two directorates under the registry. One is the Establishment Directorate, which comprises Establishment and Service Matters Directorate. Under that directorate, we have Human Resource Management, we have Welfare Unit, we have Pension and Insurance Department, which are all part of the reforms. These are aimed at ensuring that whatever we are doing in terms of delivery, we are doing it at the right time as it is when to. The other directorate is Academic Affairs Directorate. Very soon we will appoint directors into these two directorates, and these directors will be appointed among the most senior deputy registrars in the registry department in order to strengthen our operation and improve delivery in terms of service. So apart from that, we were being able to review our guiding principles like the scheme of service, the condition of service. This review is to improve in what we had before. And this improvement will assist in ensuring that staff needs are taken care of. And with the support of the Vice-Chancellor, all this has been approved by the Governing Council. So I think these are part of the major achievement we have so far succeeded. When we assume office, we have tried as much as possible to see that we improve the staffing, both academic and non-academic. Over the years, I think we have an opportunity to employ both category, but the number is very negligible. Otherwise, what we want was the mounting of new programs in the university, new departments, and establishment of new faculties. There is need for us to recruit more academic staff in order to man those programs. But we have challenges in that regard. Why I'm saying we have challenges, for instance now, if we want to recruit 500 staff, at the end of the day, you have to go to head of service and depend that. If you go with 500, you will end up with 150 or 120. You get me? When you get that establishment approval, still you have to go through the Minister of Education. They will vet it and still give another approval. With that approval, you have to seek clearance from the Budget Office, Accountant General Office. In the process also, you have to involve the Federal Character Commissions. At the same time, the head of service, also the Human Resource Department of the Ministry, as well as the Department of University Education. So a lot of things involved, and in achieving that, it will take a lot of time. Only recently we secured approval and we employ. And I want to tell you categorically, all our employment, we are doing it based on merit. On merit in such a way that we make sure that we recruited the right candidate that will serve the university in the capacity we have shortages or in the areas we need staff to mount program. Recently we recruited, we are on course, and I want to assure you, almost all what we have done is in line with the requirement, and we have achieved that. And I want to assure you that what we have done recently will help the university improve in terms of staff strength and service delivery. With the support of the Vice-Chancellor, we initiated a lot of programs. Apart from third-party sponsors program, the university internally has conducted so many training, both for academic staff and non-academic staff. If you may recall, there was a training organized by the university management under his watch for level coordinators, examination officers, in order to make them understand their central job. And that has helped greatly in improving in terms of examination records and what have you. You are part of the academic, you know what I mean. And when you come to the non-teaching staff, especially the administrative staff, in collaboration with the ANUFA, the university has conducted 2 training and sponsored many staff to attend other training externally. So we have done a lot in that direction. This is apart from the third-party sponsored training, which both academic and non-academic are enjoying. And the Vice-Chancellor makes sure that this thing goes smoothly. He gives approval as at one do and ensure that every staff who is eligible, who is nominated, attended this training for the improvement of his capacity. So we have done a lot in that direction, sincerely speaking. The Vice-Chancellor is going, but for me he's not going. His legacy will remain with us. The university will forever be grateful for what he has done. He is a kind of leader that carries people along. He's a listening leader. He seeks advice all the time in his dealing. And this is what makes the management work closely with every synergy. His major concern is to achieve what we're supposed to achieve at the right time. And I believe we have done that. I wish him all the best, and I believe he will continue to contribute from wherever he is, and he will continue to remain with us. He's not leaving us. His contribution will continue from where he stopped. He can contribute more, even if he's not a Vice-Chancellor. He has paid his dues, he has done what is supposed to be done as a leader, and we appreciate that, and the university will continue to appreciate that forever. We really appreciate working with him closely, and I believe his mentorship, his patience, and listening has helped greatly in achieving what he has done. It's glaring for everybody to see. He has transformed this university. So we are very happy to have him in our midst as a leader, and he has done his best to see that this university has improved, especially in visibility internationally. You can go and find out during his tenure. You can not only even in the aspect of finances administration, for instance, in the conduct of business, like the ICPC rating, which is very, very important. This has proven that what we are doing the right thing. So the Vice-Chancellor has done his best, and we really appreciate him, and we wish him all the best in his future endeavors. And as I have said earlier, his contribution will continue because he's not leaving the university. Thank you very much.
The university Basa and then the financial manager of the university, a principal officer who worked closely with the Vice-Chancellor. What is your own narrative regarding the legacies of the outgoing Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم. Alhamdulillah ala kulli halin. Really, of course, these are very good questions that require a lot of times, but let me, in summary, give a brief achievement, a legacy that the Vice Chancellor is going to leave behind. A lot of achievement in terms of staff welfare, in terms of student welfare, in terms of capital development in the university. When we came in as a Vice Chancellor, as a boss of the university, he drew our attention that his target, his aim, is how he's going to develop the university to the great height. He personally called on me that financial system of the university need to be reviewed in such a way that a system that staff requirement of payments need to be done immediately. Before we took over, we inherited over 160 something million outstanding payments. But when we come on board, within at least less than 2 months, we were able to clear everything, all the outstanding staff claim. We developed a software that helped the university accounting department bursary, how we are going to make payment without any further delay, with the accuracy, with the good documentations, with the help and the assistance and of the Vice-Chancellor. We inherited a lot of our staff that went abroad for study fellowship. They didn't return back to the university. A lot of staff were given, particularly academic staff. So we have to do staff verifications and check the record, bring out all those that were released and the time expired. They didn't report back to the university. The committee was set up between the bursary and the registry department to verify that record with the chairmanship of Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic Services. We checked everything, and at long last we reported back to the university management. A decision was taken. We stopped a lot of staff salaries and advised them to come back, and if they are not coming back, they should return the university's money as guided by the instant financial regulations. In addition to that, we also inherited a lot of outstanding payment, a lot of outstanding projects of capital in nature, which is that of TED fund and capital projects, that is appropriation from federal government. We also put it together. We were able to collect all the outstanding from that period to date. A lot of projects were completed that were outstanding. We don't have any projects that was not completed within the period. We even received commendation letter from the TED fund for doing that. Then there's a periodic revenue that also, with the introduction of that software and following the guideline, the financial regulation religiously, we are able to pay everything without outstanding. We always paid gross. What I mean by gross, we paid net plus the all necessary appropriate deductions, that of withholding tax, VAT, stamp duty, all necessary remittance were considered all the time. Therefore, the federal revenue gave us commendation letter, and we updated all the outstanding or remitted taxes which were hanging before. So a commendation letter was given. With the introduction of NEL fund, we developed such a way of giving awareness to students, particularly our students in the Pere University Dutse, through the student union government. They were mobilized, they were encouraged. We followed through, we encouraged them to go through the university ICT, that they were able to capture them, register, put their own applications, and they were successfully able to assess the NEL fund. At the beginning, if we are not the first, we will not be less than the start in the Nigerian universities that were able to secure that loan. Over 7,000, even at the beginning, 7,000 were almost the highest in Nigerian universities that were able to access NEL fund as at that time. Over 700 and something million was released in favor of our student registration fees, and were developed, were remitted, were captured through the university portal, and students were able to enjoy the privilege given by Mr. President. Even recently, for 2025-2026, we received over 800 and something million through putting effort, encouragement, and giving opportunity by the Vice-Chancellor for ourselves to follow it up and the student to be able to access NEL fund. We also reviewed the financial regulation of the university to be in line with the current accounting practice of the federal government. This is another good development. Our staff also that were housing in the university accommodations, a lot of renovation were taking place, refurbishment of a lot of facilities, including that of staff and their accommodations and other facilities in the university. Convocation, were able to hold about at least not less than 3 convocations within the period, and we only have one. This is outstanding, which we intend to do within this year. This is a very good development also during the period of Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed. Areas for promotion, responsibility, that and allowance, responsibility, hazard, and other allowances to the staff were paid 100%. We don't have any outstanding unpaid allowances for staff. Our staff allowances were up to date, were paid up to date. Promotion areas, we can hear from other sister universities, there are a lot of outstanding payment, but here in Imperial University Dutse, we were able to settle 100%. Nobody is complaining of any outstanding areas with the effort, support, and contribution of the Vice-Chancellor. For study fellowship, a lot of staff were sponsored internationally and locally for PhD, masters, and degrees. Even non-teaching staff were given opportunity to go for degrees, for masters, for undergraduate programs, for diplomas. A lot of non-teaching were benefited, talk less of academic staff that was for PhD. Staff development, a lot of conferences also through the sponsorship from TED Fund and from IGR of the university, were financed with the support of the Vice-Chancellor. Then there is a creation of a directorate within the administrative segment, that is the registry department and bursary department. Two units were created as a directorate. There's the directorate of establishment services, there's the directorate of academic services, and the bursary department we have a directorate of budget and planning, and also we have a directorate of final accounts. All this was encouragement and support of the Vice-Chancellor. The financial record of the university were up to date. The audited account, financial statement of the university were always up to date. Like immediately we entered 2026, we were able to invite our auditors to come and see our record. Very soon we are going to present the 2025 financial statement to the council for their considerations and approval. For previous years, from inception of his tenure, we don't have any outstanding unaudited account of the university. This is a great, good and good achievement also. And we always reported, submitted the copies to various concerned agencies, Accountant General, Auditor General, Ministry of Education, National Universities Commission, all the relevant agencies supposed to receive the record were given. We attended a lot of committees invitation in the National Assembly, and we were able to defend all the inquiries given by the committees. These are some of the achievements. And in terms of punishing of faculties, department, particularly this very Senate building I'm talking about, university put a lot of finances to make sure that we were able to punish all the required punishers for Senate building and other academic offices. For another thing, there's an issue of this research grant that we are not being able to assess, particularly institutional-based research, IBR, during his tenure, and a lot of staff were able to assess with the support of the Vice-Chancellor. There's also National Research Funds, NRF, over 50-something staff were able to assess the NRF and the IBR, that is the institutional-based research, and the national research funds. Then I already made mention that of conferences, that of study fellowship, a lot of development. So we are going to really miss the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed. I particularly am going to miss him. Really, I know it, because he gave me all the opportunities. I can say a lot of bursars from sister universities call me, ask me, how did you do this? How are you doing that? How did you achieve this? What I normally taught them is prayers, and secondly, I have 100% support of my Vice-Chancellor. Let me give you one insight. We normally, in so many cases, we were the first university to pay salaries whenever salary is released. One of the secrets is the support of the Vice-Chancellor. If we said this is the end of the month, from 25th or 22nd of the month, I will start monitoring with my staff. We start monitoring when is the salary grant going to be finalized. Immediately it was finalized, we already uploaded everything, awaiting for approval. I will let him, my BC told me that he even selected special ringtone in his sunset for me as a bursar, because of the importance he gives to the staff welfare and the student welfare. So whenever he had my ringtone, he will just, even if he's asleep, he will open his handset. He knows I'm done calling him, and his noise is very, very important. And the way the importance is given to staff and student welfare. Whenever I called him, even in the midnight, sometime 2 o'clock, when the salary was finalized, I would just call him. He will pick, and he will just ask me without anything, say, Basa, anything. I'll say, sir, we already forwarded salary release to you for your approval. You say, okay, no problem, give me a few minutes. He will approve and call me back, or he send me text, done. That's why in some cases you see we used to be the first university to assess salaries whenever it was released. It's one of the secrets we had with the support of the Vice-Chancellor. Therefore, I'll never forget with him, and he helped me to execute my responsibility as a bursar. It was a decorum with the happiness. So I'm happy, alhamdulillah, and I'm always praying for him, Allah to reward him abundantly and in his future endeavor. Thank you very much.
First and foremost, my name is Dr. Sabo Mohammed, and I thank Almighty Allah that I had the opportunity of serving closely under Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed, the outgoing Vice-Chancellor of this great institution. Principally, he is a complete gentleman to the core, and is a person I know right from Malaysia, where we went as students, and since then we identified his special, unique abilities of problem solving, unlike some other ordinary people. To begin with, I served here under him as the head of the Department of English and Linguistics. If I may just pinpoint two major legacies, two major achievements is, once as I came on board, he insisted that you have a Department of English and Linguistics and you are running 3 programs. Why don't we have a Department of Arabic? Say Jigawa, we have so many people that are having NCE program in Arabic, but now combining linguistics and English is making it difficult for them. And within the first 2 to 3 years of my stewardship at the head, he ensured that whatever thing that we need for procurement of accreditation was supplied, and Alhamdulillah, we now have a Department of Arabic which is extracted out of the Department of English and Linguistics. And for that, Jigawa State Government is to benefit immensely in the term of teachers and also to serve as elective provision for elective courses for our new faculty of education. That is one. And two, the structure itself of the department, he enhanced programs right from undergraduate in creating a dichotomy between linguistics English itself and the main English language. And it is under his stewardship that we're able to have MA English and MA Literature. And the capital, we now have, this session, we have admitted students into PhD in literature and PhD in English language, all courtesy to his approach of doing things. Whatever, all that you need to do is to submit this in proposal to him, and you ensure that whatever you need, moral support, financial, whatever support he gives. And Alhamdulillah, I left that office with this, the new department, with so many programs, and with that, and promotion, series of promotion, bringing in experts into the cycle, to the extent that when they came for accreditation for Arabic department, we didn't even look for a single person outside the department, because we had over 3 professors at that time. Today, we are able rejecting applicants in both Arabic and English and then in linguistics. And also coming to the consultancy unit, where I served as the Deputy Director, Educational Services, and Coordinator, IGMB. He has given a free hand to that directorate, and the director I worked under always said that if we have people like Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed, then universities will not have to cry for anything, because whatever you submit to him as a proposal that will move that unit forward, he's always ever ready to just sign. All he wants is delivery. He also has given so much moral support to that unit, and Alhamdulillah, that helped in creating some diplomas from other departments. Society, one example is the one from the Sociology and Religion Department, and which is a diploma in crime prevention. And I think many people, even with that, we started by training our own security personnel, and I think that is very good, and I think it's the only one in this part of the country. And so coming to where I am now, the dean, that is the student affairs, quickly, he actually gave me the free hand to transform that unit. Now, he actually overhauled the entire hostels, and that is in the area of renovation. When I came on board, there was already one hostel that was about to be completed. He ensured that it was completed. So we now have additional hostel for females, and if not for the suspension of federal government intervention 2025 federal capital projects, would have had 2 more projects, but I'm sure they are ongoing, and once they are complete, they are also part of his legacy. And he encouraged that we should have a special sanitation unit that will always carry out over the weekend, over the last Saturday of every end of the month, like it is being done in Kano and Jigawa states, and that has enhanced the sanitation aspect of the hostel, because that was one of the major challenges that we had in the area of water supply. Whenever we bring quotations, so this is what we want, say, Dean, go and do it. And for that, students now don't complain of electricity, they don't complain of internet, they don't complain of shortages of water. So he has made life very comfortable for students, and for that we remain forever grateful. And he said, we have to look into the area of extracurricular activities. And I said, so we're going to focus on sports, because especially the female sporting activities. He said, submit a proposal. So along that line now, if you go to our hostels, a complete sports arena is enacted for females, where they have volleyball, they have basketball, and all the indoor games, including table tennis and also even lawn tennis outside. And as that is being done, that is done already in the female hostel in the Jacob side. The same thing has been also done for students in Reshisha Koni. So I think along that line, he has made life very easy, very comfortable for the students of Federal University Dutse, and for those of them that are in the campus. And that idea of renovation was extended also to most of the classes, and that is being done on a yearly basis. So to cap it all, I would say that Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed has recorded so many achievements during his tenure, and what we are saying is that we hope Almighty Allah will guide him, and we wish him success and a brighter future wherever he goes. And we're sure it's a matter of time, because people of his caliber will always move society forward, and God we know that inshallah is so many other things in store for him to continue the good work that he did in APUD. Thank you.
Ahmed Mohammed, I'm a professor of library and community sciences in the second substantive university librarian of this great university. I came here a bit 3 months after the election, or after the appointment of the outgoing Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed. He employed me, during his reign, during his tenure. He started by 3 months after they employed me. Opportunity emerged, and I was opportune, and I was employed during his time. That is exactly on the 12th of April 2021. Today is about close to 5 years. Exactly close to 5 years, by April, coming to April. A lot has been done, honestly, during his reign, during his tenure. Let me begin by saying that as my principal, as a Vice-Chancellor, as a mentor, as a leader, and by personality is generous. All what I can tell you, I want to believe many people knew that. They can testify to what I just said. When I came here in 2021, honestly, I don't want to beat my chest and say I'm proud of my tenure, or I'm proud of the tenure of the outgoing Vice-Chancellor, but it's reality, it's true. What I'm going to tell you now is true, honestly. When I came here, the first encounter I had is my department or library, university library, Jodi Amin library, honestly was not in good shape, was not in good condition. Deteriorated seriously, sanitation, toilet issue, even the reading spaces are not there much. Students are lying down, on the ground, the floor of the library reading, which I feel is not proper, it's not supposed to be so. So luckily enough, when I went back that very day, I sat down and I wrote an interim report. That is a week old in the university, in the departments. I wrote a report, serious one, especially pressing issues that I came across and need to be fixed. Wallahi, the first impression I had, not go beyond even this. Go and look for any issues you have in the library. We are ready to address it. I mean that he motivated me to, come up with all the initiative, all the innovations. They are welcome. They are ready to accept that. They are ready to implement it in the library. both of kind, you can witness a lot of it. Right now, the office I'm in right now is his legacy. He built it because there are no space. From the beginning, I say there are no much reading spaces because I didn't blame the previous administration, no. But it is the footing that, I mean, the beginning of the library, of the university projects. Most of the buildings are prototypes. They are same with the 9 universities established during the Johnson administration. They want the set of buildings, including the library. The library equally is the same thing with Kashari, with Dutse and call them. All that 9 universities established by Johnson were the same in terms of building, in terms of space, and what have you. During that time, Visitation Palais was in the university, and we were all gathered and meet them at one of the university offices, that is Council Lodge. And so a lot of people that interacted with us, with the Vice-Chancellor, with Registrar, with BASA, with everyone, with DBCs, admin and academics, and including myself. When it comes to my turn, I say, so what am I going to say? Because I'm just 14 days old in the university. And I can tell about the physical situation in the library. I cannot tell much. I was afraid that I want to tell something. I hope I will not harm, I will not damage my Vice-Chancellor. I hope you will feel great when I say that. I say honestly, as we are requiring expansion in the library. The library is really too narrow. Students are reading in the flow of especially during the examination time. That's the promise that they are going to approve or recommend. Government should expand the library of JD and Federal University Dutse. And what they did. This building that we are in now is a legacy of Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed. Part of what I contributed that there are need for expansion. And when you go back to the old building, that is a normal library, the old one, the first one we established, there are a lot of issues to do with the maybe cracks and thinking in the library, and need for it to expand. The library was repositioned, was rechanged. Departments were expanded, offices were expanded. Now it's accommodating many number of students without fear, because the crack is really a sign of bad notes that something may happen with the building. It could be late to collapse or what have you. So he took serious measure in addressing that. So when you go, you can witness that. When you go to the library, you will see that there are expansion. We had a visitor here last 2 years. They came for accreditation in the Department of Unit of Library Information Science. He happens to be the librarian of Federal University Kashari, and he approached me that why our library is different from theirs. I say, by what do you mean? He said, it looks like our own, but there are no case here, no this, there are big sizes. I say, it's the legacy of our Vice-Chancellor. So in fact, he requested, the company that did it to me, to us, so that they can replicate in their own place. This to tell you a little about the expansion of the building. Services are many. We are now rendering so many services. To his credit, we have now acquired, we triple or triple collections we have. When I came here, I met only 12-point-something thousand number of literature, that is books on our shelves. But now it's more than 40,000 on our shelf. This is to show you that our Vice-Chancellor is, outgoing Vice-Chancellor is really, doing base. I mean, it's doing up and doing to ensure that our collection are rich, satisfied the needs of the both staff and users and students. Beside that, we have initiated so many policies that will add color to the university and the library and the university community at large, users community, such as improving in the collection instead of subscribing to, according to the policy of our collection development policy, is to acquire 3 books in each subject. In each book we are acquiring is in triple time, But now we are producing, we are subscribing book in 6 times, in 6 copies. That because the library, are increased in number. Even the faculty members are increased in number. So we need to expand that. Now the policy is acquired for us. Our policy tells us that whenever we acquire any literature, we have to do it in 6 times, not just 3 times like we used to have. And we were able to access so many, interventions like state funds. Up to date, we have only little issues that we are on the process of accessing. But with all the previous one, we have accessed them and we put them into good use. There are opportunities where staff are granted, permission to travel outside the country to attend international conferences, which is not before. Before there were no that story. Now it is there are opportunity both within the capacity of the university and with the intervention of state funds. About 6 staff of our unit here, of our library, attended international conferences and local conferences to mention a little. This including teaching staff who attended workshops, seminars outside the Dutse to become abreast of their job description. So these are some of the little achievements I can mention that Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed during his tenure has really improved, make the library to be, reposition the library to where it is now presently. Right now they are on the 5-line project like issue of solar projects, which I think may run into billion of naira. I think this university is one of the beneficiary, which I guess library is one of the selected area that will be going to enjoy that solar projects, which I guess with that intervention we will be able to make our services very lively. Students will enjoy lights day and night, especially with the project. Again, he secured from the NCC about 3 billion naira. Or he says 1 billion or 3 billion naira, which I cannot exactly say. We are enjoying that for the past 2 to 3 years back. We've been getting, serious recommendation from the accreditation and visitors who used to come and assess our programs and facilities during accreditation time, both professional, MDCN, and Nursing Council of Nigeria, environmental, and what have you. Then the National Universities Commission, accreditation. All of them are making serious comments, very, positive comments about how our e-resources are, internet facility are available, very uninterrupted. A lot of databases that will support teaching and learning. And to come back to this very particular building, we have now academic support facilities. Spaces for conferences, spaces for seminars, spaces for Zoom meetings and what have you. So all that is really, things that we cannot forget in the history of this university and library in particular. During his reign, we were able to sign more memorandum of understanding between us and the American window and the United States Information Services. You see, which is very functional now. Everybody knows that programs are now, running every day and night. That educates students and the staff, both in the issue to do with scholarship, attending, educational functions in the United States of America, and even facilitating visa for staff who are ready to go to America for doing one thing or the other. With this our collaboration, with this our move, we sign that will facilitate and hasten the process. So this is a little about Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed. Wallahi, to me, I have never, request for anything in this library that will not be granted by the Professor Abdulkarim Sabo Mohammed. So he is beyond comments. Whatever I'm going to say, I'm sure most of the people that testify that. But personally, I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart, that he really, he did a marvelous job, honestly. And we hope, I'm praying for him to continue doing so wherever he finds himself. I wish him all the best. I wish him, success in life, and I wish him Allah kawo barra guda ake cewa, inshallah. That's